looking forward to that. Goes without saying how much we are looking forward to the 27-hour live on-air auction for the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon, benefiting 16 nonprofit agencies throughout Dodge County that do amazing work with kids and families. And I'm so happy to introduce our next guest here on Hometown Today, a gentleman that I have had the pleasure of meeting before, seeing him in action as he shares the story and the need about Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Wisconsin. Kurt Soderbach, the executive director, is with us here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Amy. It's my pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you for making the time. You have been so busy here. I know that you guys had a crazy successful brat fry last week at Glenn's Market and Catering. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's been our annual fundraising event for the Radiothon, and it's a lot of fun, and we get the good time of the year where it's not too hot, and it was beautiful. It was a bit windy, and I have to say that our grillers appreciated that wind. They were not swirled in tons of brat smoke, but I do want to thank all of our volunteers that helped us and all the people that attended and bought our brats. But we had a huge list of people, and I said I would give them a shout out.
Absolutely.
So, Alicia, Dave, Brenda, Cindy, Suzanne, Sally, Bernie, Doreen, Sylvia, and Erica. I thank you so much for making it such a wonderful day.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
And you had also shared with me before we hit the air together a couple of those big boxes that we see in the halls here at 100 Bill McCullum Way.
Yes.
Really came from your efforts spearheading something that we'll have on the auction block.
That is correct. So one of the auction items for the Radiothon next week, and I hope everybody turns in and bids a lot and supports all the wonderful agencies. Anyway, is a smoker that is presented and provided by Glenn's Market and Catering. So Jeff Roberts has been a true supporter. He's been past president of our agency, and he had that as an opportunity to provide that, and I think when it goes online, I expect it to sell. Its value is about $700, so let's see if we can't get that out of that. Nothing better than smoking some good meats on summertime.
Yeah, so. And even though the Radiothon auction is post-Father's Day, what a great surprise that would be for Dad or Grandpa, afterwards. That's fantastic.
Yes, great idea. Even if you forget, especially if you forget, that's no way to say, oops, I'm sorry, but I really love you, Dad.
Here's the $700 smoker.
Yeah, I was going to say, hint girls, Erica, Andy, if you're watching.
So I had the pleasure of meeting you earlier this spring. There was a get-together that was all about Big Brothers Big Sisters
Correct.
Of South Central Wisconsin. And I was really impressed with all of the information that you had shared with the group that night, and also your passion and dedication to the program. And Big Brothers Big Sisters is, that name of the agency. I think folks are familiar with that. I mean, I remember hearing about Big Brothers and Big Sisters from a young age, but there's so much to the program, and Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Wisconsin serves such a large portion of our area here. So, Kurt, if you could please focus on that. And there's so much to share. So you start where you need to, but let's talk about Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Wisconsin. The services, really some of the life-changing programs that are available, and the difference that you make here.
I'd be happy to. So Big Brothers Big Sisters started as Big Brothers back in 1904. And so it's been around, and the concept was that there were some kids without fathers, some boys without fathers that needed a role model in their lives, but they didn't want it to be considered another parent. So that's kind of where that the brother-sister feeling was. An older brother can tell, a sibling, what to do in a different way, and they may get through in a different way. So that was kind of the genesis of the program. And for 100+ years, the vast majority of the success was by having what we call a community match, where an individual from the community, an adult from the community, would be connected with a child under 18. Typically, our we can have children as young as 5, so 5 through 18, but usually it's in that 9 to 11 year age range that we would match with them, and they would pick that child up from their house and go do an activity, maybe go play miniature golf or go for a hike or go fishing or make some crafts, do cooking, whatever the interests, the common interests with those people. And they would do that once a week, and that match could last for lifetimes. We have board members who have attended weddings as people in the wedding that they go on. I know of bigs who go on vacations with their littles and their littles' families. So this is like generational, transformational relationships. And then, so that's how it has been. But our society has changed in 100 years. You probably know that. and it was nothing like a good pandemic to highlight some of the shortcomings in our model versus the needs while the needs were growing. And so it's a sad fact that across the United States, about half of the agencies in the last 5 years have closed.
Oh my goodness, that is startling.
And so where there once was almost 500 agencies, there's right now about 230.
I bet the need hasn't changed,
But the need has not changed at all. And so the model of a community-based program has lots of strengths, but some of the challenges, especially in rural areas, is the distance between people's houses, people where they live, where they work. We don't think of anything. I live in Janesville. I don't think of anything of driving an hour to come up here but to do that on a weekly basis while you're doing your job, having your own family, travel that far, it can be a real challenge. So I've been here for 3 years, but sometime before then, we started a site-based program where we work primarily with schools, and we allow that big to come in and over lunchtime or another time have that opportunity to have that one-to-one mentorship where you can talk. You may not go fishing, but you might talk fishing. You may not bake cookies, but you might do a sewing project. You crochet, things like that. And so then that program had started, and it really became what we see as the best way for us to provide that mentorship, provide that additional role model in a child's life. These children, little demographics on it, 3 out of 4 of our children live in single-family homes. More than half of them, 4 out of 5, actually are on free or reduced lunches. And this is the one that chokes me up, but 1 out of every 4 of our kids have a parent in the criminal justice system, either in jail, probation, or parole. And those are things that I can't even wrap my head around. And yet we're not trying to save them from that. What we're trying to do is support the family. The family's really trying to do good things. And so what we're trying to do is support that family. So one of the things that we launched 2 years ago this fall is an opportunity for our site-based matches to do monthly activities out in the community. So we didn't want to take that community opportunities, those things that are kind of special. So what we've done is for example, a couple of months ago, Elemental was a new release movie, and we had a movie night, a free movie afternoon actually, at Town Cinema, where all the matches could come and the people that are in process, those types of people can come and do that. And then the newest thing is that we are working not only with people like you and me, which we invited you to consider, and we're building that program where we bring in those lunch buddies as adults, but our real strength right now is matching high school kids with younger kids.
Oh,
and in
okay.
that way, we are really we're serving 2 youth in every match.
Yeah.
And as one of our champions in our program has said, when she hires people now, the pandemic really weakened those social soft skills. So even people that are successful, and young adults that are successful, they haven't had those interactions, those soft skill opportunities. And so this is a real opportunity for them to work on those, to also learn, what it's like to be with a kid that doesn't have everything, that a child that may have food insecurity, shelter insecurity, what that means. And not that they don't do tutoring, they just become a big brother or big sister.
Yeah, that's really very wonderful, and congratulations on that new element in the program. That's a big deal to be able to match those high school students with the littles.
And we really did it initially out of desperation because we were having the challenge of getting adults, and yet we had these kids that are desperately needing that additional role model in their lives. And so I looked at the bylaws of the national organization, and we could have high school kids. And I'm like, well, at the time I had a high school senior, and I'm like, she would do it. I have no question about that. And her friends are the type that, and so we launched it at our local, my daughter's high school, and now it is spreading, and we're working in 2 communities right now in Dodge County to make a major announcement about those programs this fall.
Well, I'm hoping you can stay with us for a few more minutes, because
Absolutely.
I certainly want you to share how folks can get involved, be a mentor, be a big, and also share with us what the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon means to Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Wisconsin.
My pleasure.
Kurt Soderbach. All right, I got it. I was nervous about that. Kurt Soderbach, the executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Wisconsin, with us here this morning on Hometown Today, which is presented by Professional Floor Covering, Your Floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. We're pretty fancy down here in the Daily Dodge TV studios. I don't know, what do you think about a lift chair in here, Kurt? We could kick back, maybe get a little massage during the conversation. McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam at 131 Front Street has the largest selection of lift chairs in our area. Power lift chairs that will easily help you get up and down. They start at $695 and come in a lot of different sizes, small and petite to the big man's chair. And you can even get those add-in features like the adjustable headrest, lumbar support, heat and massage, all those good things. And know that if you have a loved one in an assisted living facility, you can count on McKinstry's Home Furnishings to deliver that. Check them out online at mckinstrysHomeFurnishings.com, but you got to go in for all the feels and to see all the things. 131 Front Street in downtown Beaver Dam, McKinstry's Home Furnishings. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hit the road. From Margazan to Marshall, Fox Lake to Fall River, Watertown to Waupun, and everywhere in between. We're talking about what's important in your hometown. This is Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Sunshine and 70 degrees throughout Dodge County right now. It really feels like we should be launching into the weekend with such a beautiful day. And I'm hoping that Friday, of course, is going to be nice. Right now, it's looking like it will be. We have a world famous brat fry for you to join us at this Friday. Your destination is Randolph. You will find us at Horicon Bank and Marshview Vet Clinic. So join us there. It's at 620 Jones Drive. And as always, $2 gets you that tasty Pernat brat and a beverage. And it's always a lot of fun, to enjoy that between 11 and 2 and then to learn about what is happening, where we're at. So, of course, there'll be folks for you to chat it up with from Horicon Bank and Marshview Vet Clinic. Our brat fries powered by AmeriGas, and you can take a look at all the places we will be with our world famous brat fries on the brat fry page at dailydodge.com. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. Next Thursday, kicking off at 6 a.m. with Wade and Sherry, will be our 27-hour live on air auction benefiting the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon. 16 agencies will be benefiting from all the dollars raised, and I really have been enjoying getting to know some of the directors, some of the volunteers that are a part of our 16 agencies, and I'm really thankful that Kurt Soderbach, the executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Wisconsin, is joining us for a few more minutes here on Hometown Today. Kurt, tell us about why the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon is of benefit to Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Wisconsin. How does it help the program?
It is absolutely critical for our survival. We 100% of the dollars that we used to pay for everything is raised by generosity of others, be it the John Moser, a good friend of mine, I miss him every day, Radiothon, or individuals. We have had a major donor from Park Village Shopping Center. Bob Keller has stepped up and given us a lead gift to help launch these high school programs up in this area.
That's wonderful. When he's not on the tennis court,
yeah, I know.
Bob is busy being very helpful.
And but this is equally critical. We have it's helped us stay open, to be quite honest. I just was on the phone yesterday with our insurance person, and right now it is about $150 per match that we have to pay in liability insurance.
Wow.
And it's just taking that into consideration. And that's gone up, and it's going to continue to go up. But support from people like this allows us to cover those things so that our volunteers can feel safe and protected, that they are, when they're meeting with our children, and their families can feel protected and safe, that we are providing quality care and support.
Yeah, and there is such a need, especially for mentors. And
Absolutely.
how can folks get in touch with you, involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Wisconsin?
The easiest way is to reach out to our info email address, and that is info, I-N-F-O, at BBBS, so Big Brothers Big Sisters, the number 4, kids, KIDS.org. BBBS for kids.org. So that would be info at BBBS4kids.org.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ninja, for keeping my microphone on.
And look forward to seeing
thank
you next
you, Good
Thursday.
Karma Brands.
Oh, thank you. We sincerely appreciate the great work that you do.
And let's break the record this year.
Yes, absolutely. We'll have that big fancy smoker that Kurt was talking about earlier, of course, on the auction block during the 27-hour live on-air auction for the Good Karma Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon. It was a pleasure to see you again.
Pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, and you too.
Kurt Soderbach, the executive director for Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Wisconsin, joining us here this morning on Hometown Today, and looking forward to welcoming our next guest.